Ăġġepi morning, it is ᴄᴏᴍᴍᴜ, ăġġepi day, ăġġepi afternoon, ăġġepi evening, ăġġepi night. As long as you don't fall asleep, I guess, what ăġġepi may be working the best for you. It is ăġġepi gloomy day here, coming to the winter, and I'm trying to not be groggy. But so far I did wake up pretty well, and I managed to sleep pretty well. I got the medication I needed once again to prevent the issue that did happen yesterday night because it was terrible. And yeah, here we are to continue with Anamnesia, part 1. Are we ready for it? I am not, totally. And so far, like, the game yesterday was so calm. It was gloomy yet calm, at the same time very tense. And I do wonder if there's gonna be quite a lot of direct upcoming violence. I'm not sure. I trust nothing in this game. I trust no characters, neither the main character as well, as they seem to be hiding something important, and I do not like that. But I also do not trust the game's pattern because it was way too calm so far, I think. So we're going to continue it now and see how it proceeds. Also, I should have adjusted the sound alerts, and once again the game did crash because the putter cannot handle it. But yesterday everything worked perfectly, so we're gonna run it once again. I apologize for the scuff once again, not my fault, the putter is silly over here. There we go, there we go. So last time we came to understand we're locked in some space together with other people. We are locked especially together with two girls who remember pretty much nothing, but one especially seems to be remembering something and not really willing to share that with us. Basically some that we are doing. And the other one seems to be always like polite, kind, and reserved. And that, even more, does create some suspicions in me. We encountered the member of another team because the place is sectioned in teams of 3 people that are stuck in that place. And we had to discover who is the person we're trying to understand that is in their team. And we know pretty much nothing, but it seems to have sticken to the point that we may actually know who that person is, and that is a girl that is supposed to have disappeared. We are now trying to figure out whether the person that did visit our group was stating the truth or not by hiding some little details from them and stating what they should do so that we could trust him. For example, to tell that other person, someone of our group said hi, and to tell us their reaction, even though we're wary because the person may also not have many memories overall, so we don't really know what to expect. But we're gonna see. That was it basically yesterday. And today the game is finally out, so you can play it. It's a free-to-play game and it's great, honestly, it's great. I love the storytelling, I love the art, I love the word structure so far. And I wonder if there will be any twists. I bet there will be. We're gonna see. I don't know, not like I really care about her trust, but I guess it might help her when it comes to opening up about Emilia. So the guy from the other team just left, and we're here with the other girls, basically. What do you want to know? Ah, great, a volunteer. And this is the one that seems to not be willing to state too much about what she does remember, and is quite wary of us. The one that is currently cooking is the one that is suspiciously kind and keeping her manners, yeah. Just whatever. Who are you besides your name and all that? What do you do? Where do you live? Well, oh great, small talk. Didn't expect that to be something I'd have to worry about today. I study artificial intelligence. Live at my parents' house in B2-3. Valerie nods and waits for me to continue until she realizes that I won't. Wow, quite chatty today, are we? Well, not that I expected it to go any better. You live in B2-3, so you probably go to the uni in A2? In A5 actually. It's not that much farther away, and I have a way better reputation when it comes to AE, so yeah. A5? Huh, I see. Crap, did I fuck up? Does she know that Emilia went there as well? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. Just that you'd rather commute to the next zone over, instead of moving out into your own apartment. Living away from your parents sure seems scary, huh? Well, at least I'm glad that that's all she meant. If you say so, they're rarely ever at home, to the point where you could argue that I'm pretty much living by myself anyway. What are they so busy with? They're doing research for art terms. Oh, is that so? What are they working on then? Still focused on her task at hand, Evelyn rejoins our conversation. Well, I obviously don't know the details, but as far as I know, they are currently working on improving the AI for the upcoming gen of household models. Not that I really get what's left to improve. I guess perfection is hard to reach. I see. Is it why you are studying artificial intelligence then? Are you planning to further pursue the research once you are done? Well, that is the plan at least. Yeah. Wow, how nice, following right in your parents' footsteps. You sure get along real well, huh? She adds in a condescending manner. I guess so, they've always been supportive of the decision. Wait too, just to get this straight. You are a family full of AI nerds, and you don't even have any androids at home? Huh? Did I say that? Oh, we do, true actually. True? And you're trying to tell me that you basically live alone? Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't really think those kind of people. Wow, harsh words. You ever tell them that to their faces? I mean, no, I don't mean that negatively. I just think having androids at home is different from living with someone else. Different from growing up with actual parents. I can say I don't understand where he's coming from. Evelyn jumps in, offering her assistance whether that was necessary or not. Of course, androids can be of service in a variety of situations, and at their current level, conversations with them will not feel much different from those with other human beings. If that's the way you want to be, that is. What do you mean? Well, modern AI technology allows for androids to behave in an exceedingly human-like fashion, to the point where you will not be able to distinguish them from actual people. When you choose to purchase one, however, you can decide for yourself how you want for it to act, what you would like their personality to entail. Their opinions will strictly align with your blueprint. And as I mentioned last time, what I truly enjoy about this game is how we don't get any descriptions from the outside point of view, but we directly do hear them into the dialogues, so it's not as descriptive as a game yet holds so many informations. And nonetheless, the amount of information we get here, it's pretty clear to us what is going on and what they are talking about. Everything is pretty much on point. Some might want household models to simply focus on their job, taking care of cleaning, doing the laundry, and whatever else they might be needed for. Others might want them to be a social companion. Either way, it's a choice that the respective owner has to make. Should they decide to purchase a model with a distinct personality, it is still their responsibility to decide on the specifics of their behavior. In the end, their android could agree to say and do whatever they want, as long as it complies with the law, of course, or it might hold convictions separate from their own. In either case, however, it was the owner's decision. Even if they only noticed later on that their android's personality does not align with what they had originally intended, they can still have it reprogrammed to better fit their preferences. Yeah, unlike us humans who act, think, and feel certain ways because that's what we want. AI only acts, thinks, and feels the way it does because someone decided for it to do just that. If it acts in an unexpected fashion, it's nothing more than a mistake, a bug that needs to be fixed. So that part isn't too different for humans, is it? Damn, you seem to be really into that AI stuff yourself, huh? You own some androids as well? No, nothing like that. I simply interact with them on a regular basis due to my occupation. That's so? Where do you work then? At Neuralink, we have a lot of androids that assist us when it comes to manual tasks. So, at the moment, I still fulfill a rather similar role as a mere assistant. I hope to change that eventually, of course. Me and my sister both. Sister, huh? Yes, my twin sister to be precise. Elizabeth is her name. We began working there not long after we graduated from school. An acquaintance had recommended us. We were mostly stationed at a small center in B35, where we live, but we occasionally help out at others too. It is rather demanding at times, but at least we get to see a lot of different places. Damn, sounds like hard work. Well, seems like the two of you are really close, huh? Pretty much a repeat of what she asked. When I brought up my parents, just with a slightly less sarcastic tone this time. I guess she really can stand me. Yes, we certainly are. Growing up, we always shared a very special bond. I really like her blushing expression, like compares to the pale tone of the skin. It gives that pinch of sense of being alive instead of like extra pale, like a zombie, sorta. But I truly love the art style here, not less there being extra pale, it does fit super well the atmosphere, and the backgrounds are cool as well, so we can view properly the places they're at. So many details, I really love it. I love details. Be it bigger details or tiny one that you have to notice calmly. That is not to say that we are practically alike. While we may look identical and happen to spend a lot of time together due to various circumstances, we are still very distinct people. More so than one might think. My heart skips a beat when I hear her say that. It reminds me of what she once said. Two people will always live different lives, no matter how small those differences might be. They won't ever be identical, since they can never share the same memories. But if the memories make a person, then who does that make Emilia right now? Anyway, is the food gonna take much longer? Oh yes, a little bit. Well, looks like we got some more time to kill then. She looks straight at me while saying that. Then is she really expecting me to talk even more than I just did? So, Adrian, your turn. Anything you wanna know about me? Ask away. What? That's even worse than I expected. She really wants me to come up with a question to ask. I mean, I just could repeat what she asked. What do you do? Where do you live? Stuff like that. It's the easiest route to take, and yet I feel that's exactly why it would upset her. She's been totally pissed about how I've acted as nothing more than a passive observer so far. She definitely wants me to ask something more specific. Something that shows I actually care about learning something to help me solve. What's with the hold up? I don't think so, no. Fuck, I didn't mean to say that. At least she seems more disappointed than upset. Come on, dude, I'm sure your head's full of questions. You just gotta say the stuff that's on your mind. If you can do that, why even bother thinking in the first place? Ideas that you just take to your grave aren't worth shit. She's right. I know she's right, and yet, the more I think about what to ask, the more muddled up my thoughts become. What is it she wants to hear from me, goddammit? Really? Nothing? Alright, I'll just ask that. How did you know about the timer on Oliver's wrist? There we go. Was that good enough? Huh? What are you talking about? Back in the living room, before Oliver left, you asked him how much time he had left, implying that you knew about him having a timer on him. Thing is, that's something he explained it to me when it was just the two of us in the kitchen. That was the only time I heard him bring me that up. And you never spoke to Oliver without me around, did you? I mean, no, but like... what the hell are you getting at? Well, that's what I'd like to ask you. If there was no way for anyone to tell you about the timer, then how did you know he had one? She sighs, and yet... What do you think? I mean, if you bring it up now, you must all spend quite some time thinking this through, huh? You really don't have an idea. I do, but would she really take it seriously? Damn, more than anything, I just want a simple explanation. No, that's a lie. More than anything, I want to have said something worthwhile. If you can't even do that much, then why even bother in the first place, huh? That's what I've been wondering as well. I take a deep breath. Alright, I'll say it. Well, I do have an idea actually. The same one I already had when bringing up how Oliver apparently knew your name, without ever being told. Yeah, I figured out a solution to that one. Evelyn said your name while Oliver was nearby, sure. But who knows whether he actually heard that. He might have just agreed to that theory because he didn't have any other explanation. Sure, guess we can know for sure. But then what? You think Oliver and I know more than we're letting on? That we're secretly working with Null or something? Maybe not the latter, but that you do know each other and you saw each other before heading here somehow? A sort of thing of the sort, before heading in this area? No, nothing like that. I actually don't believe either of you understand how you knew those things. I think those might have been, well, lingering memories of something you forgot, so to speak. Does that make sense? Did I phrase it properly? Huh? Not that you put it like that. Yeah, that would explain a lot of things. Wait, she really believes it? Should I have told her about it sooner? So, what do you think? Are we just stuck in some sort of time loop, recalling things from previous iterations of this game? Or are these memories from another timeline together? Which is, she's just making fun of me. No, that's not what I meant. Well then, what did you mean? Just like because some of our memories from before waking up in here are missing. I just thought that some of those might be responsible for these inconsistencies. In truth, yeah. No, it's fine. Really, you're overthinking so hard. Well, I knew, deep down, I knew it wasn't worth bringing up. I should have kept it to myself. How did you know then? How indeed? Hey, Evelyn, you already found a good explanation for the name thing. How about this one? Any ideas? Perhaps. She pauses, taking a moment to think. She couldn't possibly know, right? You didn't know at all. You simply noticed that Oliver was wearing something akin to a wristwatch and assumed that he would know when he first set foot in our hall. That's... Ding ding ding! That's exactly it, yeah. Huh? So it truly was just that simple the entire time, huh? It's obvious too. That's exactly why I first asked Oliver about it myself, because I thought it was a wristwatch. Any other option wasn't even worth considering. Trying to find an explanation for it was nothing but a waste of time. I do wonder though if later on we will discover that it was worth of our time indeed and we let it slip, making us believe that was something simple to notice. And maybe there was a bigger reason behind it. This isn't some thoroughly constructed mystery story where every line is packed with meaning and foreshadowing. Sometimes people just say things. It was nothing more than a distraction, keeping me from actually having to confront my thoughts about Emilia. Maybe that's why I was so obsessed with the idea in the first place. Clunk. Evelyn places a plate in front of me on the table, then sits down next to Valerie. I didn't even notice, but she had already meticulously arranged 3 portions of red rice for us to eat. Yummy! Damn, this smells great. If it tastes even half as good. By the way, the background music here is so great. I already heard quite a variation of it. And all of it fits well the game. It does have like a similar mood to it among each, but still they are quite different and it's noticeable as well. Damn, this smells great if it is even half as good. Thanks, this really wasn't necessary. Just shut up and eat. We're only here because of your noisy stomach, remember? True enough. I take my first bite and pause. Holy shit, it tastes even better than expected. I glance over at Valerie, who's hastily devouring the meal in front of her. Although she'd never admit it, she seems to be even happier about finally getting something to eat than I am. It's odd, the situation should be a well-earned breather for strangers trapped in an even stranger situation. Finally get the chance to simply sit down and eat, without having to worry about anything else. Instead of finally being able to relax, I feel even more tense than before. It's pretty rare that I don't eat all by myself, yeah, but... Beyond that, my mind practically screams at me, not allowing me to rest for even a single second. Now that I finally accepted that simply trying to solve this game won't be much help, I guess I need to confront the fact that there is only one productive thing I could do. I need to tell the others what I know. I simply need to tell them that I knew Emilia as well. That will be about time indeed. It's so obvious, so much easier than grasping at straws in a desperate attempt to piece together some kind of an answer, and yet... I kept it to myself this entire time, and I will continue doing so. I mean, we don't even know for sure whether Oliver was telling us the truth, do we? We should just wait and see for now, right? Right. Despite that, I've been continuously criticizing Valerie, in my head at least, for wasting her time instead of simply telling us about her relationship with Emilia. In all honesty, for as much shit as I like to give her, is the way she acts really that strange, irrational. Of course she would be scared and confused after waking up in a place like this. Of course she wouldn't trust the people around her, suddenly hearing about a person she knows to have gone missing. She's scared for her life, she wants to get out of here more than anything, and she even wants to trust us. The fact that she's trying to get to know us and find evidence for us being trustworthy is proof of that. Even if, or maybe especially because, she only wants to trust us. so that she can properly participate in this game and work towards getting out of here. That only makes her behavior all the more rational, doesn't it? I, on the other hand, would be lying if I said I've ever been all that scared of staying in here. It sounds pathetic. It is pathetic, but I don't care all that much. If we make it out of here, sure, cool, but if not, oh well. No, much more than that, I'm scared of what happens once I do get out of here, of having said too much, of revealing things that have been continuously hidden inside my head for years, and for Sophie to find out that I've been lying to her all this time about something so stupid, without any proper reason at all. I think I'd rather die than kill who I am in her mind. At times, I felt comforted by the idea that Emilia was gone. Oh? God, I'm disgusting. Swallowing my final bite, I put down the fork and lean back. Evelyn looks over at me with a satisfied expression on her face. Well then, I hope this was nourishing enough to get all of us through the rest of the day. We do however have some leftovers, should anyone still need more later on. She stands up, leaning towards our plates in order to pick them up. Before Valerie pushes her hands aside, taking care of it instead. That's sweet of her, you did enough. I can at least do this much, right? Oh, you didn't have to do that. Well, and you didn't have to do any of this to begin with. The contrast between them too. Between their personalities. If cooking is your hobby, then doing the dishes might as well be mine, right? If that is the case, I will not stop you. Thank you very much. Like, I'm not just for coming to the characters, but I love their personalities and designs, that's for sure. Moving 3 plates from the table to the dishwasher takes no time at all, since Evelyn was already standing anyway. It will be a stretch to call doing so in her stead help. I guess she just really wanted Evelyn to know how grateful she was for the food. Which reminds me, I still haven't said anything since taking my first bite. Maybe I should. Oh, yeah, thanks by the way. The food was good, really. Thank you, I'm glad to hear you liked it too. Took you long enough, huh? Oh well, I guess we'll all wasted plenty of time at this point. We've still got some stuff left to discuss, don't we? Finally. Very well, how about we move this somewhere more comfortable then? Valerie nods and so do I. Without another word, we move over to the living room. While Evelyn and I position ourselves on the couch right away, Valerie hesitates for a while longer before sitting down on the furthest corner. Her eyes are mostly focused on the table between us. Alright then, you both know about my plan. We're pretty much just waiting for Oliver to come back and hear what he has to say. How will Emilia respond to hearing my name? Well, I guess I should tell you what the correct answer is. What Oliver should answer if he is to be trusted, not making all of this up somehow, if Emilia is really here. She pauses before taking a deep breath. Well, it's simple. She shouldn't recognize my name at all. So it's just like I thought, is it? Sorry, I'm not sure I understand what you mean. She's implying that it was just a bluff. She doesn't actually know Emilia. She's just hoping for Oliver to slip up and talk about her remembering some kind of connection that was never there to begin with. And what? Never mind, sorry, she says. Anyway, let's just put it like this. I just can't imagine her remembering me, at least not from hearing my name. Should Oliver return and tell us that Emilia remembered us being besties or anything like that, I know he's making it up. Who could say for sure that he knows more than he's letting on? Does that mean you have only pretended to know Emilia? No, nothing like that. I promise, I don't know her, and she knew me as well. It just, I don't know how to put it into words. If that is the case, then what kind of connection do Emilia and you share? I thought about that for a while. And you know, there's a bunch of ways I could go about explaining this to you, but the thing is, I'm not sure whether I should. I'm not really sure it's the right thing to do, because you still don't trust us. Damn, you're annoying. Right back at you. No, saying I trust you would be an overstatement, but right now I'm honestly at a point at which I don't really think that matters anymore. What are you gonna do, kill me? Why not do that right here and now, if that's what you're up to? That escalated quickly. I don't know, I can't think of anything seriously bad that could come from talking to you. What I've been questioning much more than that is, should we really talk about her at all? I mean, Null is obviously eavesdropping on us, one way or another. With other words, whatever I entrust you with, I also share with him. Well, that is certainly true, but isn't it beneficial in a sense? Isn't talking about Emilia part of the task he has given to us? I'm aware, that's exactly my problem. What the fuck is that our task? Why were we trapped here by some insane dude and told to find out the truth about some girl? What could anyone gain from that? I've been thinking about just that for a while now. I could only come to one logical conclusion: he doesn't even know what that truth is himself. Now that she says it, I agree. I can't think of anything I'll say to her. So, in all honesty, it's not like I spent all that much time thinking about it. I was way too busy with worrying about our memories. That can be right, can it? If that was true, how would he be able to decide whether our conclusions are correct? Well, to be fair, the rules were rather vague anyway, weren't they? He just told us that we can only leave this place when we cooperate and try to come as close to the truth as possible, not that we could have to actually reach it. And that lines up with what Valerie said before. He's probably listening in on us. As long as he believes that we are discussing what we know about Emilia, that might be enough. The question is, how much does he know? How truthful do we need to be for him to buy it? I wasn't there when Null listed the rules, but if that's what he said, good point. But in all honesty, even if he had phrased it differently, it wouldn't really mean much. In the end, it shouldn't even matter to him, whether we have any way to win or not, as long as we believe that we'll get out of here by sharing everything we know about Emilia. And as long as that belief motivates us to actually do so, that's good enough for him, isn't it? He could simply wait for us to tell him whatever he wants to hear, and then kill us anyway. Yeah, that's something I was thinking about as well. Like in some plots of the sort, the people came to remember or admit what they did, and then they were off it anyway. Goodness. Nobody says anything for a while. It's true, isn't it? So when we ignore that we can possibly know whether talking about Emilia will help us in regaining our freedom, it leaves us with what we do know. That it will give that secret information on her. Information that will help him with whatever he's coming. Are you sure that isn't a bit of premature conclusion to reach? I understand where you are coming from, I truly do. But it's nothing more than a theory, is it? Is it really worth risking our lives for? Evelyn is so intelligent, by the way. She always seems to be considering many different points, even when some do seem to be to make more sense overall. She seems to still consider the other possibilities, as tiny as they may be. I like her. Good question, I don't know. I just really don't know. And isn't it strange? If no really organized all of this to gather information on Emilia, were you the only person on our team who knows anything about her? That's not it. Were Adrian and I here? Yeah, that's a really good question. Well, to be honest, I'm still unsure about Evelyn's role in all of this. Oliver at least serves as an intermediary between the QT and us, but she's just here. Right, that is weird. After Valerie spent several minutes to confidently proclaim the conclusion she had reached. This was all it took to throw her for a loop. In truth, she just really didn't want to talk about Emilia, huh? Anyway, there's something else I've been wondering about. I was like, why would anyone want to collect info on her anyway? I mean, not like I would know, but... Is she really that interesting of a person? Did she hide some dark secret, or was, like, part of some evil underground organization? Seriously, is there something I'm missing here? I mean, she says some strange things, but I can't think of anything that would make someone want to abduct her and organize all this, just to get more information on her. Then again, I guess I never did know all that much about her to begin with. We never really opened up to one another, did we? At this point, I'm beginning to question whether I even know any of the things that Noah is apparently hoping to get out of us. That is also true. This seems like a rather large undertaking, if the singular goal of it was to gather information on one specific individual. Not to mention that I doubt a single person could have organized all of this, kidnapping a large group of people, bringing them all here, and the budget that must have been necessary to prepare this location. No must either be exceedingly wealthy or part of some larger establishment. You still think that? I guess we really don't know, huh? What do you mean? Valerie smirked slightly, clearly amused by our ignorance. So this is the time that she states what she was quite scared of before. The thing that she did realize before us. Well, I agree when it comes to getting us here in the first place. Can't imagine he did that all by himself, definitely had some kind of help. But aside from that, I'm pretty sure he didn't have to spend all that much money on setting this up. I guess he did buy us some food, how nice of him. But that's it. It's not like he had this place built from scratch, if that's what you think. Do you know something about this location, perhaps? Right, she did at least react to seeing the letters in the hall, was acting as if she would have... We should have known what ATA stands for. I guess there's no reason not to tell you. It doesn't have anything to do with Amelia and, well, Noel definitely knows about all of this himself. Just so you know, most of this is just rumors and shit from the net. Please keep that in mind. She clears her throat in a theatrical manner. Back in 2071, a few years after the first zones were established, Neuralink apparently planned to conduct some sort of experiment regarding that Neo problem from back then. Oh, sorry. From back then, so the goal... Sorry, what was that again? I think I heard about it before, but... Can't really check my log right now, She says in response. Alright, it's not like I'm an expert on any of this. But this is the gist of it. You know how nanologs are stereo convention logs for surveillance purpose, right? Well, they originally got access to much more than just that. They also received data on thoughts and emotions of Neuralink users. It was just a rough, abstract idea of how people in the area were feeling. But the plan was for the police to check on any emerging abnormalities before crime even occurred. Oh, great idea, right? I mean, can you even think of any problems that might cause? A bunch. So, what exactly is that Neil thing now? Yeah, I'm getting to that. It stands for Neuralink Info-Leak. The details on it are vague, since the corps obviously want to cover stuff like this up as well as they can, but those thoughts and emotions directly transmitted from the Neuralink to nearby nanologs were apparently leaked to the Neuralink users as well. I noticed it for a shockingly long time. Well, you can imagine what that led to, I hope. People must suddenly had subconscious thoughts and ideas, for things that they shouldn't have that didn't belong to them. So when more and more people struggled with strange intrusive thoughts, Neuralink had to do something eventually, and long story short, that's why today's models no longer store our thoughts. Yeah, I see. Thought to be. Oh, I suppose the details don't matter all that much. Please continue. Oh no, go on. We got a Neuralink expert in the house. Let's hear what she has to say. Alright, if you insist. I just wanted to add that the current models are still able to store and transfer the same types of data as the original ones. After all, they still need brain access for large portions of their functionality. It is however true that they no longer do so, of course. I just wanted to make clear that it was a software update, not a change in the actual hardware capabilities. But like I said, it does not really make a difference for your explanation. I apologize for interrupting you. She's so polite and so cute. Does that mean that the rest of what she said was true? The whole thing about Neil? I do not think that I'm in any position to give a definitive answer to that. As a mere assistant, I can only confirm the changes that were made to the software over the last decades. Those did happen. Why exactly that is the case, I don't know with certainty. I see. Great, so if that's all cleared up, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about the stuff that actually matters, okay? So, since solving that whole new mess was a pretty huge deal for Neuralink, they naturally pumped tons of money into all kinds of experiments, which eventually resulted in them building a biggest underground test site deep below some old prison city. So, this place. Way to go, Mr. Detective. I'll take the praise. I suppose it makes sense that this location was not constructed specifically for this game. After all, the selection of rooms we were left with seems rather strange given our situation. Yeah, right, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, sure, nice to have, but not like some evil mastermind would have not needed to bother. On top of that, I assume our stay is intended to last for a rather short duration overall. That is, unless Noel is expecting Oliver and Nathan to sleep within 90-minute intervals. Right. Well, the two of you are starting to put stuff together. Yeah, the original experiment that Neuralink planned was a slightly more long-term one. participants were supposed to stay here for weeks. Supposed to? Well, funny story. The actual experiment never took place. Shortly after the participants had been gathered, some person went and killed all of the scientists at the scene, hijacking the whole thing in the process and turning it into a game of their own. Wow! The truth game, as it was called by the mastermind. There we go. Null. Wait, what the fuck? Are you telling me all of this happened before? 46 years ago, I sit there dumbfounded and saw the Zeppelin before speaking up. Is that true? You aren't just making this up. I'm not making this up. That doesn't make it true at all. I mean, didn't I tell you it's all just a bunch of rumors from the net? There's barely any actual evidence for it. It's an urban legend, a conspiracy theory, depending on who you ask. She's right, she said that. I need to calm down. This is all way too much for my little brain. Then why did you even tell us about all of this? If it's just some story, what's the point? Are you serious? Think about it. Whether the story is true or not, it raises tons of questions. If the original truth game really happened, then is this one connected to it? Why is it happening again, 46 years later? If it didn't, then why is the dude that kidnapped that basing this whole thing on some story from the net? He's obviously hoping for someone to recognize it and draw some kind of parallels, right? And either way, I guess we can at least confirm that the test site from those rumors actually exists. To be honest, I really love how this game, like, so far, is, like, with a tense plot, but still, I feel quite relaxed, more intrigued and interested in it than, like, anxious or something of the sort. So much for a free-to-play game. Quite cool. Unless you seriously still believe that was constructed just for this, based on the stories as well. No, you're right, that seems even more absurd. And explains what Oliver meant when he said that this whole place looks like shit. I guess we can't really tell how old this place looks, with AR covering it all. Regarding the rest, could just be a lack of creativity. We're using the concept of some story he read before. I mean, it's not like no one can really be the same person from back then, right? Maybe he just read about it and thought that it might be a good setting for his plan. Don't know. Then how did that original true game turn out? According to the stories at least. Well, pretty much everyone died. I don't even know why this comes as a surprise to me. I don't think it does, but the confirmation still makes me dizzy. Yeah, understandable indeed. That's exactly why Valerie didn't want to talk about Emilia after all. She doesn't believe in this game being, well, a game at all. One that we could possibly win. One from which we can return alive, as long as we play along. Yeah, but if we do know we could win or die, we would certainly try winning either way, even to win Keys of Doubt. And if we would die either way, why share our deepest secrets with some insane dude who wants to use them for who knows what? Maybe this is finally my time to shine, maybe just sitting around with my mouth shut is the perfect course of action. Then again, how can we be sure that this will end the same way? Who knows whether this neutral plans to kill us either way? Anyways, she stands up raising her voice to get our attention, or just mine. I'm not saying that you shouldn't play along with his game or whatever. I don't want to be responsible for your deaths, alright? Do whatever you want. But before we get some further confirmation that Oliver can be trusted and that Emilia is really here, shouldn't we at least try to find some other way out? That does sound reasonable, however, I can't imagine that we will manage to find an exit quite so easily. The doors and walls seem rather sturdy. And we're deep underground on top of that. Exactly, they seem sturdy, but with everything being AR, how are you gonna know how well that holds up if you don't go around and punch stuff? Punch stuff? She got a point. Valerie leaves for the kitchen. Evelyn and I exchange looks between confusion and worry. After a while, she returns with a set of pans, pots, and kitchen knives. Dropping down on the floor in front of her, so you already look at around this room, right? Find anything? Not really. I only realized that the books and other pieces of decoration are fake. Very helpful. How about you? I look through the desk. It's empty. Oh, and the file cabinet doesn't open. Is that so, huh? She walks up to it and pulls at one of the drawers. Hard. Nothing happens. Unlike me, she doesn't give up quite so easily too, picking up one of the knives she brought over, attempting to pry the drawer open with it. As the knife starts to bend, she throws it to the ground, kicking the cabinet in frustration. Fucking hell, you're right. Might it be fake as well? Like those books that I wasn't able to open? We should ask Oliver when he returns. Yeah, I guess so. What are you two still sitting around for? Start eating stuff. Tell me if you find anything. This feels like third Valerie I've met today. I wonder which is closer to the way she feels. Anyway, both Evelyn and I do as we're told by our new commander and walk around, punching stuff. Yeah. With them already taking care of the living room, I enter the kitchen, hitting the walls as hard as I can. No matter how much more I put behind my swings too, nothing changes. The walls might be scratched, but the air keeps covering it up all the same. I watch the plants as they cheerfully sway back and forth, ignoring the knife that just phased through them, just like I knew they would. None of this is real to begin with. I stop to catch a breath, while the others keep relentlessly hammering, with all this noise filling the air. It almost feels like the other teams should hear us. Somewhere behind this wall, Emily is supposedly waiting. What is she doing right now? Searching for an exit, just like us, or happily discussing everything she remembers with Oliver and Nathan? And how much does she remember anyway? How does it feel to not even know who you are? Not even recognizing your own reflection in the mirror sounds frightening. I also was wondering whether some of us, or the main character even, might have fake memories regarding us. Like we're sure that we are the person we know we are, the name and what we do and all the information, all the little information that we do remember. And maybe we're not that person. That sounds like a cool concept as well. For the twist. By the way, super quick, grabbing the kiwis. Need that daily fruit. Give me a moment. I want to nom on one before proceeding, actually. In order to avoid yesterday's mess, also. The yogurt up on the keyboard, goodness. We don't want to add any kiwi to that. Yummy. By the way, I'm quite happy I managed to sleep well again. Because the other night, not this one, but the other, it happened that even with sleeping medication, I slept like an hour during night. I was feeling bad while on sleeping meds, not fun at all. Like losing consciousness, still being wide awake. What the hell? But that is one matter that we easily solve it, fortunately. I'm so glad. Like, I'm trying to fix these sleeping issues overall, and if one of the problems does represent itself, just to take care of it as fast as possible, so it won't become an actual problem. But overall, I feel like that does happen, mainly because of the shift Baba is taking. Because I do wake up at the tower, then I cannot fall asleep again. And then my sleep gets bad. But today we're gonna go ask about his papers, what we can do with his shifts, because we're planning to ask to switch him for a single shift since it's doing no good to him as well. He will finish it, be right back. Washing the damn paws. And overall, the sleep issue is the thing that made me pile up all of the work of mine, and the reason I was not so steady with my content as I would have loved to be. But I feel like I'm improving it a lot gradually. So once we solve the work shift issue and the waking up during the night, I'll be back to be steady also on my YouTube channel and on the review blog, and I honestly cannot wait for that because I have so many plans to realize, so many ideas. It's gonna be nice to return being actually active and feeling healthy also, yeah. How does it feel to not even know who you are, not even recognizing your own reflection in the mirror sounds frightening. Worse than anything we're going through right now. Worse than anything I ever went through. I don't have any right to complain. Will I ever be able to truly hate her for what she did? Should I? Did she even do anything wrong in the first place? If she was really to blame for anything, then why have I kept it to myself all this time? No, it's all my own fault. I'm sorry for being this way. I get her all my remaining strength and direct another burst of hits at the wall, hoping to send some kind of message her way, whatever that might accomplish. Nothing, obviously. Not like she could actually hear me. Not like there's any point in doing this, but then again, this entire plan is completely pointless to begin with. What the heck are we doing? I take another look through the kitchen, but apart from the remaining ingredients, I don't feel like there's anything in here. If there was, Evelyn would have surely noticed it. And speaking of, or thinking of her, she's exactly who I encountered once I entered the bedroom. Oh, are you done with the kitchen? Did you find anything? No, not really, you. I really love her design, like I can't. I love her hairstyle so much, and the color also. Looks so cute and elegant. I also, love her composure. I wonder if I was wrong of not trusting them. I don't know. No, I can say I have. Is there really any point to this? What did you mean to say? Is there really any point to this? In all honesty, I'm not sure. But it's worth a try, wouldn't you agree? She has a point. I shook and entered the bathroom. I'm not particularly surprised to find Valerie in here, but I did not expect that the first thing I'd see would be her. Punching the mirror with the bare hand. Oh, are you okay? Oh, so we do get some CGs. Yeah, sure, I'm great. Best day of my fucking life. I mean, to your hand. Sure, not a scratch. Same for the mirror. I guess it wasn't real either. Fucking hell. Oh my goodness. That's quite the detail. Not that she's known for her great mood, but she seems even more pissed off than usual. Sometimes I wish I could just reach straight through my skull and rip that damn thing out of there. Right now, for example. Is it insane that this dude can simply force us to see these images? Things that aren't even real, and we can't do anything about it? You could be standing right in front of a door with a big fucking access sign above and wouldn't know. Yeah, I guess that's just what you sign up for when getting one. Not like I had a choice, I loaded this thing all along. But whether I like it or not doesn't matter, I'll never get rid of it, no matter how badly I wanted to. If I could, I would have gotten it removed long ago. I really like this background music, quite atmospheric. Adds a lot of mood, is what I mean to say. Yeah, sure would be great if that was possible. I sometimes feel the same way, like things would be easier without Neuralink. I mean, it is, just not legally. By the way, usually when I get into sci-fi games, sometimes it happens that the plot is a tad difficult to keep up with, the details are difficult to understand for me personally, at least at the beginning, because sometimes I am finding it difficult to keep my attention focused, mainly also on longer text within the dialogue windows, right? And it's a bit difficult for me to process all of the information, how the world building works, and how the systems in there do work, if there are any invented ones for the game, for the story. But here I feel like everything is so easy to understand. Like, I love this game for this. It's like very straightforward, but not like it's lacking detail and not like it's written in a simplified language. It's just cool as is, really. It does have quality content, quality story writing, and still I find it quite easy to process the world, yeah. I'm glad I gave a go to this game. I mean, it is just not like legally. What? That's the first I've heard of it. Well, that's the kind of shit you'll find on the darknet. Not safe at all. Can absolutely get you some real brain damage, but it's not as impossible as the corpse want you to believe. Oh. Are you sure that's not some kind of scam? Won't they just try to take your organs or something? Good point, I guess. Not like I've ever met anyone who had theirs removed. Could be worth a try too. You're insane. You sure spend a lot of time in some dark corners of the net, huh? First the whole story about the truth game and now this. Yeah, I guess so. She stayed silent for a while before stepping towards the door. Oh, this was a waste of time. She leaves the room, quietly muttering something to herself. Where are you going? The hall, not like there are that many options. I see. Evelyn turns towards me. We both look and follow her. Outside, at least as outside as it gets, Valerie is standing in front of the remaining locked door, placing her hand on the red button. That one doesn't open. Well, thanks, I didn't figure that out yet. But why? What's the point of this door? Wow, didn't it come up in your story at all? It's not my story, and no, it doesn't go into that much detail. Maybe it will simply be opened later than the rest. It might even be the exit. I guess, or it's a room for the original experiment that No doesn't want us to access. Not like we can do much about it, unless you want to try prying it open with a kitchen knife again. I hate to admit it, but you're probably right. She spins around towards the other end of the hall. This door is much more interesting anyway. I wonder if we can trick it somehow. But you already tried that, didn't you? Sure, but I've been thinking about why it didn't work. It only closed once Oliver had entered, but it didn't close with me on the inside. Maybe we have to ask him to agree to give us his timer, but I bet that would be dangerous. Like not following the rules that are not actually stated, but still we know we would not be following the rules. Yeah, it said unauthorized number of signals detected. What kind of signals? What? The Neuralink signals? This is a Neuralink test site after all. But then how did it detect Oliver entering? The exact same way? Are you a little slow in the head or something? But he... Oh, right, you wouldn't know. Oliver doesn't have a Neuralink. He told us while you were sitting in the kitchen. He doesn't? Guess that explains what he meant when he said he can just check his log, huh? Figures. She spends a couple of seconds with quietly processing this new piece of info before giving me an annoyed look. For fuck's sake, you could have mentioned it sooner. Yeah, sorry. But you're right, if that's true, how did the door detect him? Unless... perhaps it simply detects the timer he has been wearing around his wrist. That's what I thought. On top of telling him how much time he has left, it might also serve that purpose, right? I guess so, yeah. She doesn't look awfully convinced, but I think it makes enough sense, doesn't it? While we stand there, pondering whether there is any way to trick the system behind this door, and whether doing so would even help us to get out of here, the rumbling of the elevator returns. And with it, no. It's the first chance Valerie gets to see him, and she glares at his face with the most damning of expressions. Hello there, I hope you have been doing well so far. To be more precise, I already know how well you've been doing, how much progress you have made, and that it wasn't all that much. Which doesn't come as much of a surprise, mind you. After all, you barely know anything about the remaining teams so far. I hope that the second visit of the Q team members will change that. But in order to motivate you a little further, I think I should use this opportunity to specify some of the rules. As I said, the rules. As some of you have already guessed, I am indeed monitoring everything you say. More precisely, I have direct access to the nanologs in this facility and can therefore read through all of your conversations. Do keep that in mind from now on. That access allows me to ascertain when one of the ATs manages to figure out what I consider to be the truth about the secret member of the QT. Once that happens, that AT will be declared the winner. I don't care how long it takes you to reach that point. You can stay here for as long as you like, or as long as the supplies last you. So, I assume sleeping would be rather unpleasant for two of you, in particular. Oh, how I pity them. As soon as one of the teams has reached the truth, however, the game will conclude immediately. The winners will be allowed to leave, together with their corresponding QT partner and the secret participant, while the remaining participants will die. Oh my. I've been prepared for this. I knew he would say this, and he probably knew that we already knew he would say this. Still, it makes me question everything I've done up to this point once more. So far, I haven't done a single thing to help us get out of here. I've kept completely quiet, haven't even mentioned knowing Emilia at all. But while I might not care whether I get out of this alive, I can make that choice for these two, can I? These two and Oliver. Will my inaction lead to their deaths? I guess that's just the way I've always been. After all, I never told Sophie that I knew Emilia later. That day when she walked up to me, asking whether I'd seen her anywhere, whether I knew anything, no matter how insignificant it may seem. I told her straight to her face that I didn't. Never talked to her. Not talking about that was more important to me than potentially saving her. I've always prioritized my own comfort above how that could impact those around me. Would I have made a difference? Would she have been found if I opened up about everything I knew? No, I didn't know anything. Sure, I lied, I can't deny that, but I sure didn't have any hints towards where she could have been. We hadn't spoken in months, years at that point, and it's the same thing now, isn't it? You should spill the beans yet. Maybe the others would know how to connect the wall. Sure, I'm keeping info from them, but none of it is all that significant to begin with, right? Why are you justifying yourself for lying here? Everyone is trying to trust you, and they probably do. And you're lying. Sorry. Just let me escape for a little while longer. If not from this place, then at least from the truth. A familiar sound interrupts my train of thought. We just stand there and watch as the door in front of us slowly slides open. And Oliver steps back into her hole, looking much more frustrated than before, understandably so. Welcome back, I hope you have been doing well, given the circumstances. She steps towards him and they quietly look at each other for a while before he lets out a sigh. Yes, so, listen, you all heard what that dude just said. I think we've got lots to talk about. We quietly nod in unison. Despite that, we just keep standing around, unsure where to begin. Maybe, well, before I forget, might I ask whether you had the chance to eat anything yet? We still have some leftovers, so... What an abrupt change of plan. Didn't we have lots to talk about? Sure, some good grub might just brighten my mood, eh? That would be nice indeed. Let's all head to the kitchen then. Then again, maybe she just thought it would be better to lighten the atmosphere a bit before trying to discuss any serious topics. And she might just be right. Evelyn walks ahead, with the rest of us following behind her. While making our way through the living room, however, Oliver stops dead in his tracks for some reason. What's up, old man? Already out of breath? No, I just... What the hell happened to this place? I've been gone for 90 minutes and you wrecked the whole room? Huh? Oh. I guess we left more damage than we realized. Air is covering it up pretty well. We wanted to make sure that we weren't missing any kind of secret exit that might have potentially been hidden by IR. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything. I see, damn, you could just ask me instead of wasting all your energy on this, but... Oh well. Yeah, we could have really done that, huh? She glares at me. How is this my fault? Not like Evelyn said anything. Her eyes drift off, landing on something behind me. Alright, while we're at it, there was something else I want to ask you. So, what is it? That file cabinet over there, is it, well, a file cabinet, or just some kind of textureless block or nothingness? Huh? Funny you'd mention that. We actually just talked about the same thing over in the QT. Oh, really? Then did you try to open it as well? Well, yeah. Actually, Emilia told us that she did open it before we returned it. She said she found a photo inside of one of her and some guy she didn't recognize. Wait, me? No, Oliver would have mentioned that. Was it... What was his name? Avery? Did he look like? We didn't actually get to see it for ourselves. She left it inside the drawer, and when we wanted to open it again, well, it didn't work anymore. So it was locked. It seems that way. Damn, guess it could have been our photo after all. Nah, that's absurd. How would Null have gotten his hands on something like that? Then again, would it really be the strangest thing about this situation? Oliver turns back towards Valerie. To answer your question, yes, it's a real file cabinet. Theoretically, you should be able to open it, practically do know. Didn't have any luck thus far. Damn, there's also strongman, and that's the result? I don't get the feeling it's meant to be opened. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure whether to trust the girl's tale. She's pretty out of it after waking up, so she might have just imagined it or something. Don't wanna rule it out at least. If you say so. She appears to remain skeptical, her eyes hovering over it once more. Anyway, with y'all trying to seek a way out, I guess I should expect the rest of the rooms to look just as bad. I would assume so, yes. Alright then, I guess I prepare for the worst. So, Cinnamons, I'm gonna end the stream here because I have somewhere to go. But I possibly will stream once again after lunch, okay? And I'm gonna continue this game because I'm quite hooked to it. It's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it a lot. So, give me a moment. I'd apologize in case the stream was a tad short to you. It was a short stream indeed, but I wanted to hold one. And I'm gonna proceed with this game after lunch, yeah. It's gonna be in 4 hours approximately, perhaps. Okay, I hope you had a cozy time here. And I hope you're enjoying the game as much as I am, because I'm truly hooked to it. I'm loving the story so much. I'm very interested in it. So here are my socials in case you wanna check them out, the social media and the Discord server where you can hop onto to get the real life notifications coming to all of my content, as well as the stream pings and also the stream mentions 1 hour beforehand, so that you can be ready for the upcoming stream. And yeah, thank you kindly for stopping by today. I had a lot of fun and I cannot really wait to proceed with this game, really. It's quite interesting and I really want to see where it's going. If it's like some sort of plan of revenge or something different. That's super interesting to me. So let's see whom we could rate, right? Give me a second. We're gonna raid. We're gonna raid ⴰᴏᴏᴅᴅ, a Midnight Shaman VTuber. They're currently streaming a Stardew Valley collab. I really love their art, by the way. If I recall properly, they're an artist. Yeah, they are. So yeah, I really loved the art. This is why I did follow them. So, Cinnamon Buns. This is the right message to copy-paste. Keep your rate for a Gyepi Day so that they will have a Gyepi Day, alright? And there's also the version without the emote, in case you're not subscribed. Keep your rate for a Gyepi Day so we can begin the raid. I'll be off for some errands and we'll be back here live after the lunch. Hope to see you later once again. So let's begin the raid. Thank you kindly for stopping by, your presence is always appreciated. And let's begin the raid. Go give some love to ⴰᴏᴏᴅᴅ. Their art is amazing, like super clean and also extra bright and colorful. So we're gonna see each other later. Bye bye!